Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another H-Virus 4 replay. Spawn on top left side as the orange Mongols, we have Kiljardi. Spawn on bottom left side as the red Chinese, we have Cracky there, question mark. He's sending out a single villager over there. He does get out an early ovo and not picking up some of this wood. Very nice. Exotic dog does bite the villager a little bit. And got looks like one of the Mongol players eyeing for the food out here. There are 3 deep sea fish there, as well as a lot of shore fish. Shore fish are temporary, deep sea fish do regenerate. So ideally, I would say for over here, about 8 or 9 fishing ships, all you need to collect those deep sea fish and probably regenerate at a good rate. And then whatever extra ones you would go for as the shore fish. Let's see now, no sides rushing forward. We got a barracks here. Likely I ain't expecting any aggressive spearmen. Mongols do have some aggressive build orders. He does actually have the town center next to the ovo. He may try to blow out ×2 villagers. They're incredibly expensive compared to other ×2 assets. 3 times the cost rather than just single times the cost in stone. Now he's getting out some of these, what's called, fishing ships over there. Don has a good number of sheep there as well. He's about to run out of sheep, does deploy out some stone-based spearmen there. He may be eyeing just to have a nice defense force there to protect this dock. Speaking of which, the Chinese players advancing forward of some spearmen. So this villager really needs to get this outpost built as quickly as possible. The Mongol player did spot all this. And this outpost will be protected, especially when he throws some spearmen in the inside. This probably best just to crew the spearmen in the inside of it and ward these guys away. I'm gonna try to torch down the outpost now. At this point in time, the outpost does 6 damage per arrow. The spearman could push on forward as well. Does receive some bites from the wolves. And he is building some more fishing ships while in the middle of this. Right now there's 12 spearmen deployed out by the Chinese player. Let's finish off with those spearmen there. Not sure it's better to... and that wolf is causing a lot of issues for the Mongol player. The Khan's starting to go down. The Khan does go down. They'll just get outside out of the outpost there. Now got additional arrows firing away. He gets these spearmen over here as quickly as he can. Villager pops on out, trying to repair it up. Receives a bit of damage there. There are 4 spearmen in this region. The villager does go down. The villager does not get saved. He could try getting out feet away just as quickly as he can, then go for an arrow ship. Arrow ships are excellent with these spearmen. But right now, Mongol player has more spearmen and have a bit more help with spearmen, but there's still got a stream of spearmen for the Chinese player. He may not realize how many spearmen he has spawned field, and he's going for Deerstone. It's actually a relatively good map to go for the Silver Tree. You can blow out over here, straight shot there, and since you're going to fight a lot of fights in this region, it's actually a relatively safe spot for trade. And if your opponent goes to the gold and the high ground, they're going to be focusing more on the mid, allowing you to keep your traders secured. At this one time, you may just want to back off and trying to save the dock. There's just so many spearmen here. He needs to throw... I guess he doesn't want to throw any more villagers on the Deerstone, because right now he could really stand to get an arrow ship. But right now the dock spot can get torched off first. And again, another wolf interrupting the Mongols. He does set the dock ablaze, so now he can just leave it alone. And does accept some more of the Mongol spearmen. There's so many Chinese spearmen. He has not all the gold collected yet for... Oh, he's not been collecting up taxes yet. Now, do you have the Imperial Academy deployed on the field? He still has the fishing ships alive, so all he needs to do is escort a single villager over here to get rebuilt, and then perhaps put a defensive arrow ship. There's so many spearmen. Right now, he does have a small reserve of stone. He's also pretty low in food. He has 2 villagers queued up. He only has 80 food per minute. He's... Okay, there's a lot of dead sheep there. All of them at good capacity, so it has a bit of food reserve. He still wants to eye for these fishing ships, that's for sure. Now we do have wheelbarrow and does have an outpost next to this gold deposit, which is going to be very useful, very quick, needed very quickly. He does not have enough gold to get out arrow slits, or no, needs a bit more stone. There we go, he needs arrow slits. Here comes Spearman. He simply does not have enough defensive Spearmen. He has not gotten out his Hardened Spearman research. His opponent has Hardened Spearman research. And this outpost is going to get overwhelmed. He does have a pair of archers here. Very good. He's going to stall out, trying to keep his opponent dancing around. It's going to be a good fight regardless. Let's use the arrow. We'll get him an extra pair of a couple arrows out. Villagers trying to repair up the outpost now. And he's not focusing on those villagers. They get some damage onto it. He does repair it enough to keep it alive. Needs to get the villagers out again. He needs the villagers to run away. He does lose there was 3 villagers there, now there's just 1. Trying to go for another dock. You know the Mongols player, since he has so many fishing ships out, he's going to go for another dock. And right now we've got Spearman on patrol. Chinese player's not buying to fly out his own fishing ships to get out some fish and chips. Does get some damage on these various spearmen. He does have 1 regular spearman, not even hardened spearman just yet. And does go ahead and finish off this other spearman there. Does see a bit of damage in return. That's a scout there. He can probably leave that alone. There's a red villager here. Orange villager does get spotted there. He needs to get these archers over here. He does have 7 archers in this nearby area. And these 4 archers will take that one out. Another dock being put on field. And with that dock rebuilt, he will go ahead and get these fish collected. Another town center has built, since he's collected so much wood buying for ships. He had enough wood to go for another town centers. Mongol town centers are much more expensive. Rather than 750, they do cost 900. And I'll bring over the fishing ships over here, trying to immediately get some food dropped on off. Mongol player has no gold income at the moment. He's going for another outpost here, trying to collect some more gold. The Mongol player has 37 villagers versus opponent's 39. Do we see a second town sounder for the Chinese player? We do not. So the Mongol will have access not only to the fishing ships, which need to be retasked right now, he will also have access to a second town center for more villager production. Here's some wood pile Yam network there, but allow him to get this wood collected at a much faster rate. Oh, there's a red dock there. How did I not see that? There's 1 arrow ship there. Spearman going to try to torch it down. He's going for a spring gold ship. Archers receive quite a bit of damage right there. Arrow ships are excellent versus these units, getting some great damage there. We got a spring gold ship over here as well. Archers could get some hits there on the spring war jump. The spring gold ship. He can also use the arrow to get some more damage output. He will lose the spearman there. He's trying to hit that. He's patrol moving that archer ship right there. Arkan Sun over here. We don't only see archer range and barracks. The Chinese player has no other military units barring a navy. He's going for the arrow slit research, which will apply some good covering fire on his dock. We got these 2 archer ships there. He's trying to entice his opponent. Now there's a fire ship there. He's trying to repair it up. He's going to take a big hit there. Nope, he's getting interrupted. He does take a big hit there. He does keep the spring gold ship alive. Archer ships, and there's another fire ship there, and that will kill off these forces. So now with the arrow slit there, it will find some covering fire. He does still have one fishing boat here. I'll go ahead and task on some of these shorefish, especially right there. We now got a spring gold ship here. Does get taken out. Not spring gold, fire ship there. I've got more fire ships being put on field. He needs to go to Archer's ship because he's going to just stream in fire ships over here. We've got also a pair of spearmen here. The dock has 11 range, which looks like does not reach out to this Archer's ship. He does go for a spring gold ship there, trying to get some naval superiority. The war junk is still over here. They receive a nasty hit. And a fire ship will detonate there. Does not set the dock ablaze. Pretty close. One more will do it. Finds hit there on that archer ship. And now we do have another spring gold ship being put on field. And now this dock has been set ablaze. We do have a junk here. And this dock will burn down. Right now, 45 to 50. Is there not enough town center for red? The Mongol player must not have been able to maximize. There's no villagers being produced. The Mongol player is not paying attention to his village production. Now this Chinese dock has been set ablaze. Trying to go for one more fire ship there. And you've got another dock being put up on the Mongol player. Okay, he's starting to queue up some villagers now. Big oversight. He has 2 town centers, but he does not have a superior number of villagers at the moment. He must not have been producing villagers for quite some time. Takes out that spring gold ship there. Now he does cancel the fire ship. And still has a fishing boat there. This war junk is still alive, but severely damaged. And looks like the mast is gone because it's a highly damaged state, but still providing occultation, whatever it's called. Got a line of palisades walls being pulled out right there. Mongol has secured the sea. He needs to put these guys in patrol move around the area. Going for another dock here. And he could go start getting some fishing ships. He does have some wood to play around with. He does also have enough to go to the next age. He's going for the curl tie. Personally, I find the step for doubt as a better option more often than not than the curl tie. But as of right now, he may need the defensive capabilities of the curl tie. The curl tie, I probably should mention. Nearby units within its aura gets 1 health regen per second, as well as gain additional 20% damage. Excellent for defense. I find it very useful in defense most of the time. And also great for your forward siege works. Got a big way to Zinchnu's advancing forward. Does not have arrow slits researched. But the Zinchnu's will get some good damage there onto the outpost with a high number of arrows. We got a single Keshik on the build queue. He needs to get more, what's it called, horsemen. No additional fishing ships at the moment. He's trying to go for a dock here. He needs to get this villager hit, but he's not paying attention. Good hits there onto those Zinchnu's. The villagers need to get on out of there. Fresh con. He does have access now to the defense arrow. He does not have enough what's it called? Pastures here for all these villagers. I think he actually may have enough. Barely though. Now got a spring gold ship here. He's going for arrow slits. Now the dock has been placed up here. This game's gone messy. Has been very messy this entire game. He does have +1 damage on the Zinchnu's. The Keshiks only have 3 pierced armor, so they would take 2 damage per arrow, but it looks like he's just going to try to run away. And now got a fire ship there, taking out the spring gold ship, takes out the archer ship there with the spring gold ship, and now the dock does take out that spring gold ship. Both players are now Castle Age. Now got the Keshik, veteran Keshik research. Another spring gold ship now being pulled on the field. He has not really filled out a lot of fishing ships at the moment. He will need to pull out more of a navy. And with the defensive arrows here, we'll get some good damage to the war junk, but it will take a bit of time. He's going for an archer ship. Mission ships could probably want to get inside the garrison. And they can get inside the garrison. Arrow ship now float on the field. And some good hits there. We've got 2 Springald ships, and they're very close to each other. This is time for a fire ship. Fire ships are pretty fast building. Fire ships are 15 seconds as opposed to 30 and 25. We now have an arrow or fishing ship deployed up by Red. He does have this dock here as well. And so the villager count is still less for the Mongol player. Chinese player still is not good on another town center, so the Mongol player is having trouble blowing out more villagers. I think his macro may be bugging out. This here, it wants to prioritize the improved stuff and the ×2 stuff before actually deploy villagers. It's something I've noticed as well. The reason why I don't build town centers and other structures next to ×2 for the macro, because if you double click it will deploy a ×2 rather than just 2 individual ones. So if you have a macro that shows like just double clicks, it will cause it so it only tries to build out the ×2 villagers. So there may be an issue with macro if he uses a macro. A little bit overkill there, but does get a hit there onto the dock. You can perhaps get these fishing ships inside of the dock now. Right now, Orange may just want to not contest the seas anymore, since we're getting a good number of ships out here, and start contesting the land. Outpost will go down. Oh, I think he put his archers there, so as the villagers pop out, they can get hit and be body blocked. He does retreat them on the far side, very nice, but now he's going to run down those villagers. This is a very important pick there for Orange. He has less villagers at the moment. Now the sea is being cleaned up by Red. Villagers do go down there. Archers focusing on these spearmen, very nice. Zinchnu's getting hit. I think these are all crossbows, actually. Clock Tower SBs finds a good volley down the archers. He did use a single arrow, but does not have the improved single arrow, which means it will last for a short amount of time, basically getting out 1 set of extra arrows. And he's supposed to start to fall him back. Trying to break, torch down this mill. Line of palisade walls being pulled out by Red. He's trying to lock down part of the map. Now you got Siege Workshop being pulled out by Orange. Both players on Castaway, so they have access to the Spring Gold and all that sort. Spring Gold, Magnell, or Nessa Bees. You may be eyeing for some Spring Golds in case Nessa Bees. Some Magnells wouldn't hurt as well. I was going to repack up the stable there. He's not maintaining village production across both his town centers. And right now, he's not been maintaining good villager production. Does the Chinese player has a second town center somewhere? No, he doesn't. Those are trying to build up these walls. I suppose one reason why he has larger civilian counts because of all these fishing ships. This may be too many fishing ships, because this deep sea fish will run up pretty quickly, but you can always get a lot of shorefish. There's a lot of shorefish on this map. Here, relic being picked up by Orange. Orange has currently 2 relics, or 1 relic and 1 relic picked up. Looks like Red trying to pull a town center there. Does redeploy it there. And now got the clock down SPs. Finds a good volley there. Does get some good damage with the villagers. Does take out one of them. Does use the fence arrow there, gaining his guys 5 seconds of 2-2 armor. I've got a monster to pull on the field, trying to get out some of his own, trying to claim some of his own relics, and he does lose a significant number of these Keshiks. Yes, I got another villager there, very nice. There's another villager there, and the Keshik no Khan needs to fall back. Granted, there is no opening there, and Red deploying out a palisade gate there. He may be eyeing for a forward keep, and there is the forward keep, but it's going to be body blocked by the siege tower. He could also quickly deploy out, battering ram right there. That will help him quickly gauge out that keep. Battering ram turning around. Got some various arrow fire there. He's perhaps putting it too close to the... inside his opponent's base, probably too close to his opponent's base. Battering ram getting some great damage here. He's going to try to torch it down. Got these couple military units here as well. He's going to lose his number of villagers. And the keep... Wait, the keep had more damage onto it. Let's get some good torching there. He's trying to torch down the battering ram. Villagers getting hit significantly. Got a second battering ram here. These villagers may just want back on off. Does lose that battering ram. I'm so surprised these villagers not getting hit. Oh yeah. Chinese keeps are good against heavy armor. Not very good versus a mass villager. And keeps them set ablaze. It goes down. Right now, the villager count is quite even. It actually has a large number of idle villagers that may have been these guys here. And those villagers are trying to fall him back. He will lose a large number of these villagers. Does escape out the two remaining villagers, so he lost a lot of villagers, lost the keep, didn't really do a whole lot there. Now orange battering rams and orange ground forces on advance on forward. Red has a very, very large number of crossbows, that's for sure. At this point in time, the Mongol players should start eyeing a large number of horsemen. Keshiks are nice and all, but you gotta get horsemen if your opponent's going for mass crossbows. Keshik's torch is not any negative higher than regular horse as well, so Clock Tower nested these, and Clock Tower Spring Gull gets good damage on the battering rams. Battering rams sort of back on off. And now we've got a line outpost being pulled out by orange. A little bit desperate for defense, I guess. Double sport of the year. This is a 2400 OVO, or wood stone deposit. He also should get the whistling arrows, whether it be the basic one or the improved one, is very good. 12 seconds of 2-2 armor is incredibly powerful. We got a Spring Gold on the field. Does find a Spring Gold hit on the Spring Gold. However, the Clock Tower Spring Gold has more health. Now they're going to be dueling out. Does get a good hit there on each other. And now the Spring Gold plays on the Barrington Sun. Does get a good hit there as well. This Spring Gold needs to fall back. We've seen a bit too much fire there. Veterans push on forward. There's two archers on the inside. Oh, there goes that Keshik. These forces need to fall back. We've seen a bit too much fire there. Veterans could charge forward to absorb a lot of shots there. Archer's starting to go on down. Does have some Mongol crossbows here. Got some palace guards here. Villagers just need to be casting back. He's losing those villagers. He does have a defensive Spring Gold here. And thanks to the Yelm network, these guys do have faster movement. Now we've got all second sites, all two second sites captured up by Red. Has a good number of Spring Golds here. Red only has the one Clock Tower Spring Gold. Okay, we've got more Spring Golds being put on the field. All the Clock Tower variants. You could just take these Spring Golds here over to the Naval, and Spring Golds, of course, are a good counter to Navy. If you have trouble trying to claim the seas, use Spring Golds. You have 10 range and 100 attack for the ships. If we bring out that Spring Gold ship, Spring Gold ships have only 6 tower range, and have only bonus damage to siege. Orange Spring Gold is being focused down. Red is one red Spring Gold does go down. Keshik's charging on 4. There's another archers here, trying to get as much damage on these forces. Clock Tower Nest Beast make it overran as well. He's splitting his fire with his Keshiks. Keshiks gonna focus down by the crossbowing. He has another Archers here. Does he fire the arrow? Fortunately, the Palace Cross is starting going down, but he's out of crossbows. Oh no, he has been on the crossbows. He does lose the con there. Orange's front line's going to get disintegrated. Now you got a counterweight Trebuchet now pulling on the field. A clockwork counterweight Trebuchet. Got a Magno put up by Orange, very nice. Man Orange not going to be useful against these crossbows. At this one time, Spearman would be a better choice than Man Arms. Finds a decent volley there. Spearman also trying to charge forward. They're putting an aim move forward. As inside the outpost there. Archer's trying to find some damage there. Magno gets picked off. Clock Tower Nested Bees does fire a volley there onto the outpost. All of Orange's Sea Truckers are now down. He sees a pretty sizable hit there from the Clock Tower Nested Bees. And kind of Trebuchet is picking up this Spring Gold outposts. It looks like this is going to be the end of the game. He's trying to do more Keshiks, but not going to be useful as his crossbowman. He needs horsemen, not Keshiks. Orange life going back out of the game real shortly. And there we go, that's the end of the game. This is Android saying thank you for watching and on to the next replay.